What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So we have a trailer review we are going to do today, but before we do that, we have this article here as it relates to Shelby Oaks, which is, yes, that's the trailer we're going to be watching. But ahead of today's trailer drop, this article dropped last week around some Shelby Oaks gets Cryptic posters. So just in case you missed this article and the posters, I thought let's pull up this article because I held this one off until the trailer dropped so we could see the posters and then go right into the article and trailer drop. So like we always do, we're going to run through the article details, pull up the trailer, watch it, and then give our initial thoughts and our take on it. So let's jump into it. Chris Stuckmann's Shelby Oaks gets Cryptic posters. Trailer coming Monday, which is today. Like I said, we're going to take a look at that here in a moment. So Neon has released a series of Cryptic teaser posters of Shelby Oaks, the feature debut of YouTube film critic Chris Stuckmann. The trailer is set to make its way online Monday, but it's reportedly attached to screenings of Together in theaters now. I have not seen Together, so didn't know that it was attached to that. So again, this will still be a first viewing for me. A traditional narrative that incorporates found footage elements, the supernatural horror film hits theaters on October 3rd. Okay, so found footage elements. Now it says that as if it's just elements of found footage. So not sure if this is going to be a mix of traditional film, like shooting, like a traditional film, traditional movie looking, with some found footage added to it, or if they're pretty much saying this is going to be a found footage film. So hopefully the trailer will give us a good idea of how they're going to present this to us. Shelby Oaks is about missing paranormal investigators, the dark legacy they uncovered, and the far-reaching effects their investigation has as Mia searches for her sister Riley, the lead paranormal investigator, 12 years later. As Mia or Maya, I'm not sure how they're pronouncing it, finds new and disturbing leads related to Riley's disappearance, she uncovers evidence of a hidden supernatural evil dating all the way back to their childhood. Of course, you guys have heard me probably say this on the last 2 or 3 trailer reviews we've done. It's always having to do with somebody's past. It's like they leave their town when they're a kid, or they leave their town they grew up in, and then they're forced to come back because somebody dies, or they have to deal with some estate or take care of a dying relative, and then all of a sudden the entire family history comes back and they have to face it. So here we are once again dealing with the same level of premise with a horror film. I think at some point we need to, like, you know, as a community, come together and say, okay, for the next year, no one can use this premise as part of your horror film. Come up with something new. The names of who's starring in it. Shelby Oaks is the highest funded horror film in Kickstarter history, with over 1.3 million raised. Following the campaign, Mike Flanagan joined the project as an executive producer for his Intrepid Pictures. All right, so these must be the posters. Let's get into it. You should be so proud of her. Oh, okay, pretty interesting. I mean, I like the fact that this poster is clean. And so is this one. The seed shall be sown. Does each one have a different message? Okay, it looks like each one's gonna have a different message. All amidst the death and rot. What's this one? So this is okay. So this is the same image that's up above at the top of the article. All right, we have another one. They all just stood there. I don't even know. I mean, it's obviously a hallway. Can't tell. It almost looks like this is a prison. Not a hallway, but almost like a prison cell block, because these look like prison doors into like a cell almost. The way they're all lined up and in perfect sequence, it almost looks like this is a prison. Let's keep going. Oh, okay, that's the last one. So we have one that says they all just stood there. Again, this looks like a prison cell block to me. It looks like an old country home where all amidst the death and rot. Just a picture of the woods, almost like Blair Witch looking, almost. The seed shall be sown, and then the first one was, you should be so proud of her, which you really can't, obviously you can't really see her face. So just based on this looks very found footage, like an image from like a found footage scene. All right, so let's get back to the top. All right, so let's jump over to the article that dropped today with the trailer. Shelby Oaks, watch the official trailer for our director Chris Stuckmann's Unsettling feature debut. All right, so let's just get right into it. As you can see, this dropped just like 4 or 5 hours ago. All right, so we have this, which I imagine is going to be in the trailer. So someone's not having a good day, laying on the ground, covered in blood, with a small tape with Shelby Oaks on it. I mean, that looks like a tape that you would have like in an old like video recorder that you would then have to hook up to your TV or hook up to your VCR in order to play back. Sometimes you used to be able to put those in like regular size VHS tapes and then play them. So let's keep going. YouTube film critic Chris Stuckmann makes his feature debut with the neon horror movie Shelby Oaks, and the hotly anticipated official trailer has been released this afternoon. A traditional narrative that incorporates found footage elements. Okay, we already know all that. That's not new. All this is the same. So everything we're looking at right now is the exact same synopsis we literally just read in the previous article. Let's keep going. Horror master Mike Flanagan recently came on board. We just read that as well, so nothing new there. Casting information, nothing new there. Okay, so we have the trailer. We have one poster. Okay, so really nothing new in this except for maybe just that top part. Yeah. All right, so let's jump over to this trailer and see what we are gonna. Our first looks at Shelby Oaks.
Do you need help?
She finally let me go.
Welcome back to the Paranormal Paranoids. Today we're taking our first foray into the abandoned town of Shelby Oaks.
I've been searching for Riley for the last 12 years. I know my sister's not dead.
Bodies were found outside of Shelby Oaks. Riley Brennan is still missing.
The last night I saw her, she said she saw a man standing in her window, staring at her. Yeah. You live alone out here? Nope. Where is my sister? Riley.
So I will say that one looks pretty interesting. They definitely have the intensity ramped up throughout the trailer. I mean, they didn't waste any time in this trailer starting off. Someone deleted themselves within the first 15 seconds. And what's crazy is when we see that happen, she obviously freaks out and screams. But if you notice, she seemed more, not disturbed, but more interested in when she saw the tape that was in his hand. That was the image that we saw in the article when she saw with Shelby Oaks. Because then we immediately see her walking down the hallway with the tape. And just as I expected, or just as I thought, it was the type of tape where you put it back into the like camcorder that was used to do the recording. You have to hook it up to your old TV, and then you could play it. And it looks like the way she reacted when she played it and saw the woman come up on her, that's her sister. And it almost now seems like now she's now going on this path and we're going to follow her, try to figure out what happened to her sister or where is her sister. Because I'm questioning now if the sister is even dead. The other thing that struck me, which I mean, yeah, I would absolutely not have done, is when she's in the woods and gets invited into this person's house. We didn't get to see what this person looked like. It looked like an older woman. Pretty much invites her into her house, and she's like, okay, sure. Walks in and asks, you know, do you live here alone? And then we see this figure of another person sitting in a chair in this rundown house. I mean, we saw it run down from the outside, but even more so from the inside. Yeah, if I'm hearing somebody talk to me in the middle of the woods in the dark, I'm looking to see who it is, and I'm running the opposite way. I'm not going to go ahead and follow them into this old house. And then once I get in there and ask them, are you alone? And they say no, and I see somebody else sitting in the shadows in a chair, I'm definitely running out of the house. It's like one of those. It's like a horror trope where you're being chased by the serial killer or the slasher that's killing the babysitter, but the babysitter decides to run upstairs instead of out the front door. It's just one of those horror tropes. The trailer then ends where again, I think that's a prison cell block that she's on, or I think it's a prison. It looked like one in the picture on that poster, but even looked like one more so at the end of the trailer, where we see her like scooting, backing out like on her butt from the one of the rooms, I guess, so to speak, and it's just dark, and then it's as if something's coming towards her, because then she just screams, and then the trailer ends and we see like a quick flash of somebody in the woods. This obviously has the traditional film formatting for the majority of it, but it does look like they are going to sprinkle in some found footage elements, which we did see, which I think that's where we're going to see as far as the Shelby Oaks tape that she has might be the found footage aspects or elements that they're talking about in the article. So I think this one looks pretty good. Let me go back to the article, confirm the date again. Yeah, hits theaters October 3rd. So it's going to be another film coming during the Halloween season. So I think that's now the second or third film that we're going to be getting come October. So this one looks pretty good. I do like the fact that it's traditional with the sprinkle of found footage, but this one does look like that it has some intensity, some build up to it. I'm sure though, outside of the opening scene in the trailer, if that is the opening scene or one of the, happening in the first 10-15 minutes of the film, I see that being the obviously the kickoff set foundation, but I see it quickly returning back to a slow burn film until we get about a little more than halfway into it, or about halfway into it, then things will start to ramp up, right? But I do see this being a slow burn film. So anyways, drop your comments in the comments section. Let me know what you think about the official Red Band trailer for Shelby Oaks. Again, dropping October 3rd in theaters. And if you haven't done so already, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Otherwise, we'll see you at the next one. Later.